and welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just good news after such a heartbreaking news. Well, I will call it good news because I think it's probably good for all the tourists who coming to Thailand. Not because you have to pay a little bit more, but because this way you will have health insurance included in your trip, which you have to say when you go to the other country, even when I was living in Canada for such a long time, when I come back, sometimes when you eat certain things at home,
right,
despite the fact is clean or not clean, or is sometimes due to the spices, so on and so forth.
Sometimes your body just couldn't
yeah,
adjust.
exactly. So this would probably be a good thing. Now they say that the Public Health Ministry has came out and say that they want all of the tourists, foreign tourists, to be required to purchase travel and health insurance before arriving to the country. Now, this is on Wednesday. They have proposed this particular measure during the meeting with representatives from airports of Thailand, Royal Thai Police, as well as other government ministry. And they say that the health ministry has suggested that the cost of this particular insurance coverage might be included in the visa fees. And they also say that those visiting Thailand without visas would be required to buy insurance at immigration checkpoints, or the fee could be added to the cost of the airline tickets. Now, of course, this is just a proposal. There has not been any regulations that will come out of this just yet. However, they say that this will probably help in terms of foreigners would be able to pay or guarantee that they would be able to afford the health, paying for their health checks or going to a hospital admission, so on and so forth, while you are traveling right here in Thailand. So just one of the measures that has been proposed very shortly there. Now moving on to another very interesting event that took place over the weekend. Actually yesterday, the V for, what do they call themselves? V for Thailand. I was like, V for Vendetta, no. V for Thailand, or we have been calling them the white mask because that's what they have been wearing. Now they gathered yesterday once again. It seems to be almost a weekly event.
I think they tried to make it somewhat routine.
And of course, once again, starting from Central World Shopping Mall, walking all the way to the BACC, Bangkok Art and Culture Center, which has been acquaintance with all the members by now. They say that it's starting at 1 o'clock, V for Thailand, starting from Central World. Now, Central World, of course, have some kind of exhibition or events going on around the area, so they have to put up the barricade. So make sure that those the mobs, or I would not call them mobs, the people who,
the protesters
who joined this particular event would not be able to go get into the mall itself. So they ended up standing on the skywalk, or the walkway, and they walked all the way to BACC at around 2:30. And they say that there were a few points that were made during the time when they were in front of BACC. They say that they are the group of people who share the same goal or same thoughts at least. And this is not a political tool of any way. This is only a way to actually show that just non-violence way of protesting, really. And they say that they would like to get rid of all the corruption and autonomy, as well as be able to do things that would not break the law, really, because they just gathered. And they say that they also would like to just make sure that the corruption's not there and try to press people who actually in charge to maybe work a little bit more on not being too corrupt. And they at about 6 p.m. they started to disperse after they sang a national anthem. Now they say that there has been 42 spots altogether in, I think 42 provinces, throughout the country. Plus, there's a group of Thai people in San Francisco that actually gathered in front of warming hut cafe and bookstore to actually support this particular movement as well.
I just saw the footage. I was giggling a little bit just because some people. The thing is, some people didn't wear the mask, but they groomed their facial hair in such a way that looked exactly like the Guy Fawkes mask. That's why I was just giggling.
Well, that would work.
That would work too. And this white mask actually creates some confusion for me on social media, because when I go on Facebook, a lot of my friends wearing white masks.
So now you don't know who's who.
I don't know who's talking to me, so I have to really read the name carefully, just to make sure that I respond to the right person. It's like, white mask, like 3 in a row.
Yeah, that could create problem as well,
and it's
confusion.
Like different 3 people.
Right. All right.
Anyway, move from white mask to another story. This is since beginning of last month that we heard the news of a very highly respected monk, Mr. Okawesako, that actually exited the monkhood and suddenly flew out to Japan. And at first everybody speculated it's due to health reason because he has diabetes and among other things. Of course, last week surfaced the pictures of former monk and a woman, 52 years old, that you said looked so very young for a 50-something. Yes, exactly, because she owned a medical center that promote youth looking. So I guess she well represented her own business. Anyway. A lot of speculation, a lot of things had been said. So the woman that posts pictures on Facebook said that the truth will come out soon, so far and so forth. Anyway, on Friday and over the weekend, we have seen more and heard more from the former monk himself. He had a short video clip about 2-3 minutes.
Oh yeah, I've seen this one.
And essentially said that he has been in the monkhood for over 30 years. He never think he will leave the monkhood, but meeting up with Kun Ann, which is his currently husband and wife.
Right.
Legally in Japan, that's the picture when they register. When they sign their marriage license in Japan, he believes it's destiny. So Daily News somehow able to get some more what's it called? Information from the former monk. He said he's impressed with how she practiced herself when she went to the temple. She wake up 3 a.m. in the morning, do the morning pray, and she stay and help at the temple all day and things like that. So
a lot of people would do that.
Yeah, but he believed this is the real destiny.
Right. I think it's love.
Yes, that's what he said. He hoped everybody will be happy with him. However people feel, they already married legally in Japan, and right now they live together in a small town in Japan at the former monk hometown, and they will go to the Thai embassy to have the Thai marriage certificate on 4th of July.
Okay.
So yes, it's become legal, and lots of people, there's so many thought against and support them. Most people will say at least you do it when you already come out of the monkhood and you make it legal, so whatever. But a lot of people have said that she has been at a temple for only a month, it happened so quick, such and such. But all in all, you guys, he already come out in public and say this himself. So I guess we have only one way to go, just have to be supportive.
Right.
And he still continue practice Buddhism. He translate some book about live happily life in 20 languages now. It's going to be published soon. So, you still able to practice
Exactly.
Buddhism.
He has his good side, and this is his personal life. So we'll just let it be. I mean, Lord Buddha teaching said that nothing is certain.
Yes,
So there you go.
And
this is a great example.
What you
Nothing is certain.
practice is what you have to hold on to. Is just the teaching of the Buddha, the way you practice yourself, not the person.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Exactly. So just look at it that way, because obviously I have another scandalous monk.
Okay, this is just to test yourself, Buddhism people. How strong you believe in the teaching.
Nain Kam, of course. Like we know, he's supposed to be here. He wasn't here. The whole the Emerald Buddha replica that's supposed to be celebrated. Well, apparently, they were hoping for more people. The event was running from 27th of this month and until the 30th. However, they say that only about 500 to 700 people turns out. And guess this, they say that at about midnight to 1 o'clock of not last night, but probably on the Saturday, the Luang Pu Nen Kam has called in. So it's almost like a phone in for the followers at the temple. So they turn on the speakers so everyone could hear. Now he, of course, has been preaching a little bit during that time, and he said that for his followers to uphold the teaching, as well as being kind to any types of insults or so on and so forth that might be against him. Just say that, don't say anything. And he said that he finds this such a big joke, but this is probably his time to face this kind of obstacle. Right now, he just currently cannot come back due to the fact that there has been more work for him awaits in Paris. So I guess that's pretty much the updates. He's not coming back just yet, but they say that on the 1st of July, the team of investigators will go into the temple itself and then just investigate the entire thing instead of just waiting for the evidence to be submitted in, like they have requested.
Well, if he's innocent, there's nothing to be worried about.
Exactly. So I think we have one more big event for you here.
Yes. It has been speculation over the last week, and I think Kun Chen were talking about it too, of the anticipated cabinet reshuffle.
No longer anticipated.
No longer anticipated. It got confirmed and appointed and endorsed by His Majesty the King yesterday late afternoon. Okay, let's go to the one that out of the position first, and then we'll tell you who's coming in, starting to work officially today. So 11 ministers out of the position. Sansani Nakpong out of the minister to Prime Minister office. Sukampon out of the Defense Minister. Yuttapong out of the Agriculture. What's it called? The Deputy Minister.
Right.
And Prasert out of the Deputy Transport Minister, Prisha out of the Traveling Tourist Minister,
Tourism.
and Bunsong out of the Commerce Minister, also Chat out of the Interior, Deputy Interior Minister, Padam Chai out of the Labor Minister. This one is the big news because replaced by Deputy Prime Minister Chalerm Yubamlung.
Right.
Now,
I think this is like the picture taking at events in front of the government house or something, and Kun Chalerm didn't show up. That was the biggest news.
This is either before or after they received the endorsement from His Majesty the King.
I think before, because Kun Chalerm was actually waiting at Siddhirat Hospital. He refused to come in and take an official picture.
There's also changing of the Science Minister and also the Public Health Deputy Minister and also Industrial Deputy Minister. And should we go through all the list?
Well, not through all the list. Maybe
Well,
just
let's go to
yeah.
the big one right now. Prime Minister Yingluck officially will be sit in as the defense minister, and it's become a big news because I think this is the first time that a woman. Is it also the first time that a civilian that never have a military experience also sit in as the head of the defense ministry? And another big news that you just mentioned also that Deputy Prime Minister Chalerm Yubamrung right now will sit in as the labor minister, and he said last week if he moved to labor ministry he will not make any political comments. So I guess we'll see soon whether or not he will, you know, most people believe that he wouldn't keep quiet because it's his nature. He is one of those people. If you're a journalist and you want some comments that make news, you go to him.
Urge him.
Yes, you can encourage him easily. And there is also some politicians that were banned before, like Kun Shane were mentioned last week, that now coming back.
We see some familiar faces.
Yes,
that's
lots
for
of
sure.
them familiar faces like Kun Janarong Chai Sang, and also the switching of the Tien Tong family.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
anyway,
big news.
Yes. Let's hope a lot of people said, okay, you switching the position so often and so quick. This is the 5th time already. But lots of people said, well, we will practice according to the party policy, the Phra Thai party policy, so they believe it won't be any obstruction of the work. We will see, who knows,
Right.
but we just, there's nothing we can do. Anyway.
So this is at the Sirit Hospital, of course, because our king has to officially endorse the new group of the
they got
ministers.
they got the royal endorsement at the Sirat Hospital.
So
Anyway.
with that, I think we're going to take another short break because we have more news and, of course, once again on the whole rice thing.
And also the expensive car, tax invasion or tax avoidance.
Exactly. So we found more cars. So please stay tuned.